The Nigerian movie industry has been thrown into mourning following the sudden and tragic death of veteran actress Nkechi Nweje. The devastating news of her passing spread like wildfire, leaving fans and colleagues in shock and disbelief. Producer Stanley on Top, who first confirmed the groundbreaking news on Friday, March 21st, admitted that he had known for hours but struggled to accept it as reality. It felt like a dream, he confessed, his words heavy with sorrow. Reports initially suggested she had been battling a brief illness, but as the details began to surface, confusion followed. Was it true an illness? Was it truly an illness that took her life, or was there more to the story? Her final days were shrouded in mystery. Friends believed she was recovering, yet in the blink of an eye, she was gone. Was this just an unfortunate coincidence, or was there an unseen force at play? To truly understand Nkechi Nweje's tragic death, we must first unravel the layers of her remarkable journey, which inside sources claimed might have led to her death. Born and raised in Onitsha, Anambra State, Nkechi Nweje was a true daughter of the Igbo land. She was not born into fame, nor did she have the luxury of a privileged upbringing like most Anambra people. She was a fighter, a woman determined to create a life of meaning. Long before she graced the screen, Nkechi was an entrepreneur. She ran a boutique, first in Ujedi and later along Oka Road, where she built a reputation for her sharp business acumen and impeccable fashion sense. But even as she thrived in business, something inside her yearned for more. Deep within, she harbored a passion for storytelling, a love for performance that she could no longer suppress. It was a burning desire, an irresistible calling. Yet the decision to leave the security of her boutique to pursue an acting was not an easy one. Would Nollywood accept her? Could she make it in an industry where talent alone was never enough? With unwavering determination, she decided to take the leap. Nkechi's entry into Nollywood was not met with instant success. She had to fight for roles and prove herself time and time again. But her perseverance paid off. With her natural talent and commanding presence, she quickly found her niche, excelling in motherly roles that endeared her to audiences. She became the face of strength, wisdom, and emotion in countless Nollywood movies. Her performances in movies such as Bloody Throne, Festival of Sorrow, and Royal War cemented her status as one of the industry's most beloved actresses. She had an uncanny ability to breathe life into her characters, making every scene feel real, every emotion palpable. And it wasn't long before she had appeared in over 100 films, working with some of the biggest names in Nollywood. Yet, for all her success, Nkechi remained humble. To her, the family was everything. Away from the cameras, Nkechi Nweje was a woman deeply rooted in family values. She was happily married to Dr. Azubike Nweje, a highly respected medical doctor and director at the Anambra State Ministry of Health. Together, they built a strong and loving home, raising 5 children, twin daughters, another daughter, and a son. Her first daughter, Adora Onyeka, had a beautiful wedding in 2019, a proud moment for Nkechi as a mother. Her third daughter, Oma Nweje, chose the path of finance, becoming an accountant, while her youngest, Chinenye Nweje, was still navigating her way through life under the guidance of her mother. Nkechi was more than a mother. She was a protector, a guide, a woman who never let her busy career overshadow her role at home. But despite her devotion to her family, her career demands were relentless. The pressures of Nollywood, the constant traveling, and the emotional toll of playing heavy roles in films. Did these factors take a toll on her health? When Nkechi fell ill, she was still an active force in Nollywood. Her health began to decline. Then word started spreading among her colleagues that she had been admitted to the hospital, but the details remained unclear. How serious was it? Concerned friends and fellow actors even tried to get updates on her condition, hoping for good news, but details remained scarce. Some claimed she was on the road to recovery, while others suggested her condition had been kept hidden from the public. Suddenly, good news started circulating that she had recovered and was discharged from the hospital. Friends and colleagues started sending wishes to her privately because she never wanted to make her sickness public. In a chat with one of her friends, Nkechi thanked God for healing her, stating God has been faithful to her. Stanley on Top, her close friend and producer, later revealed that the last time she spoke with her was during his social media drama with Queenette, Hilbert and Destiny Etiko. Their conversation had been casual, nothing to suggest that it would be their final words to each other. Then, on the morning on Friday, March 21st, the unthinkable happened. The news of her passing broke. Nkechi Nweje was gone, just like that. No public warning, no final goodbyes, just silence, followed by an outpouring of grief from an industry in shock. Her death was confirmed by Nollywood producer Stanley On Top, who revealed that he had known about it for hours but struggled to come to terms with the devastating news. According to Stanley, Nkechi Nweje died after battling what he described as a brief illness, but how brief was this illness, and what exactly led to her sudden passing? Before Stanley's confirmation, reports had already begun to circulate online that the actress had passed away. The news spread like wildfire, but many refused to believe it until official sources came forward. When Stanley finally broke this silence, his words carried a weight of grief and disbelief. He admitted that he had hoped against hope, that the news wasn't real, that it was all just a bad dream. Nkechi Nweje passed away on the morning of Friday, March 21st. While some sources claim she had been ill for some time, inside sources insist she was recovering before the tragedy struck. This raises unsettling questions. Was she truly on the path to recovery? Was her death simply the result of an unforeseen medical complication, or was there something more sinister at play? A close associate disclosed that she had been battling an undisclosed illness, one that she seemed to be winning against, until suddenly she wasn't. This revelation has only deepened the mystery surrounding her passing. How does someone who is supposedly getting better suddenly lose the fight? As the news of her passing spread, something eerie began to happen on social media. Photos of Nkechi Nweje with the late actor Junior Pope began making the rounds, with fans drawing unsettling parallels between their deaths. Junior Pope, another Nollywood talent gone too soon, had also passed under tragic circumstances, leaving many wondering if there was a pattern emerging. Fans have started speculating about a deeper mystery within Nollywood, one that no one seems willing to talk about. Why are so many Nollywood stars dying in quick succession? Is this a case of unfortunate coincidences, or is something more sinister at play? In this emotional tribute, Stanley On Top shared details about the last time she spoke with Nkechi Nweje. He revealed that their final conversation happened during his social media drama with actress Queenette Hilbert, when he stepped in to defend Destiny Etiko. The fact that his last exchange with Nkechi was in the middle of a Nollywood drama only adds another layer of sorrow to her passing. It's a cruel irony that someone who was always a calming presence, someone who intervened in industry conflicts and stood as a voice of reason, is now gone, just like that. Was there something in her last conversation that hinted at what was to come? Did she mention feeling unwell? Was there any sign that her time was near? As expected, the industry has been thrown into a state of deep mourning. Top Nollywood figures including Destiny Etiko and Chizzy Alichi have taken to social media to express their grief and disbelief. They are not alone. Fans, friends, and even those who only knew Nkechi Nweje through her movies have been left shattered by the news. But amidst the outpouring of grief, there is also growing frustration. Why do Nollywood stars keep dying suddenly? Is enough being done to address their health concerns? Is the pressure of the industry taking a toll on these actors in ways we don't fully understand? Some fans have even begun questioning whether there's something more sinister at play, something the public isn't being told. Could it be that the relentless demands of the industry are slowly wearing down its stars, or is there another darker force lurking behind the scenes? As it stands, the exact cause of Nkechi Nweje's death remains unclear. Was it really just an illness? If so, what kind of illness? And if she was recovering, what changed? Was there a misdiagnosis, a complication that wasn't properly handled, or was something entirely different responsible for her tragic passing? In the absence of clear answers, speculations will continue to swell until the truth comes to light. One question will remain in the hearts of Nollywood lovers everywhere. What really happened to Nkechi Nweje? As tributes poured in, so did the questions. What really happened to Nkechi Nweje? Was it truly a brief illness that took her life, or was there something more? The lack of clear details filled speculation. Some wondered if there had been warning signs, if her body had been crying out for help long before the world took notice. Regardless of the unknowns, one thing remains certain. Nkechi Nweje's impact on Nollywood, on her family, and on her fans will never fade. Her story is one of resilience, love, and dedication, from her early struggles as a businesswoman to her rise in Nollywood. From the joys of motherhood to the devastating final moments, Nkechi Nweje's life was nothing short of extraordinary. Now, as Nollywood moms, her legacy stands tall. Her films, her family, her name, they all live on. What really happened to Nkechi Nweje? Perhaps time will tell. But for now, we honor her memory. We remember the actress, the mother, the wife, the legend.